everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Hannah and we're gonna do some more art today. So my plan for today is to make this t-shirt into a black t-shirt. I bought some dye and I have a bucket and we're gonna see how it goes. And then on the same shirt I'm going to be printing onto it, probably just with stencils and ink and freehanding it, but I'm going to be making a Project Zomboid t-shirt that I'm excited to have. So that's the plan for today. So after reading the instructions on the dye, it told me to fill a bucket with hot water and then put a cup of salt into it since it's a cotton t-shirt. I don't really know why you have to do that, but I did it, and then I poured the dye into it and then I mixed it up with this wooden spoon. This wooden spoon has been subjected to screen printing ink before, so it's just gonna be my art spoon. Used to be a cooking spoon, but then I got really excited one night and I used it for printing that alien cow print that I did on paper a while back. So now it's just my art spoon. And then after that I go on the internet and I look at inspo pictures for what I want. And then I go into Adobe Illustrator and I took a t-shirt template from the internet and I just put it on the shirt. I put the logo on there, and then I play around with the fonts and the sizing and stuff and figure out what I want it to look like. And then after that, I work some magic in Illustrator to divide all the letters up, make the lines bigger, the strokes bigger, and then cut out all of the letters into traceable, outlineable letters so that I can put it on the t-shirt like that. And then I get a sheet of printer paper and a pen, and I just put the printer paper up to my screen, turn on the brightness, and then trace over all of the letters. In hindsight, I probably should have used a thicker paper, like a cardstock, because the paper bent really easily when I was making the stencil, and then it kind of messed up the shirt, but it's fixed now, but I wish that I would have done cardstock. It probably would have came out better the first time. Once all the lettering is done and I have the font that I want and I have everything lined, I go with an X-Acto knife and I just very painstakingly cut every individual letter out, and I just take my time and I try to do it correctly, and this will be the stencil once it's over. I included this part because I really wanted to show you that bee. I think I cut the bee out perfectly and it looks beautiful. But anyway, we continue with cutting the letters out, and it takes a long time to do that. And then after I cut everything out, I did like a test thing on the U and the T with brown paint, because I wanted to make sure that I was actually doing it right, and like I shouldn't use the letter cutouts, that I should be using the negative space. So I just had to check before I took it over to the t-shirt and laid it down how I wanted it, and I marked it all with chalk to give me like a guideline of what I wanted, and then I taped it down to the shirt, and then we're gonna start printing onto it. Oh, and I also wanted to show you guys me putting back the little spacers, the middle spaces inside some of the letters, because I will have to do cutouts of those, I guess, to make it look like the letters it's supposed to be. Then after that, I moved my camera so that you can see what I'm doing with my hands, and I put down a big glob of fabric paint, and then I take a paintbrush and I start painting on it. And then here's the process of me painting over the individual letters. I was really nervous. I quickly realized that it wasn't gonna work out exactly how I wanted to. I ended up cutting the process kind of short because I needed to have full spatial control, I guess, and I needed to get really close. Also, in the camera right now, there's like a little piece of hair. That's me, that's not you, so sorry, ignore that, my hair got in the way. But yeah, so how I was doing this shot was I had my phone on its tripod holder, and then I had it in my lap propped up on like a book, and then I just tried to record the whole process, but it didn't give me a lot of space to move my hands around and such, like my right hand. But anyway, so this is just what the process looks like. I go over the individual letters, and eventually I decided to stop using my finger to hold down the middle parts, and I got like a pencil, and I put the pencil tip pressing into the shirt with the middle part so that it would stay and I wouldn't be getting my finger all up into everything. And then once I'm done with that, I just peel back the stencil, and I still have to go through and pick up all the little middle pieces, but here's me pulling it off very, very slowly, very, very nervously. And like I said, once the stencil is up, I go through and I pick up like the middle parts for the M and the O and the B and the other O and the D and etc. And then I put it out on my balcony and wait for it to dry for 3 days. Actually took 3 days. And then I took a color that was similar to the shirt, because the shirt wasn't actually full black, it was like a dark purple. But I took gouache paint. I should have probably done acrylic, but I don't like acrylic, so I didn't want to deal with getting the acrylic paints out and dealing with all that and mixing them and whatever. So I just did gouache, and I made like a purplish, blackish kind of color. And then I just touched up all the letters. You can't really see it because my hand's in the way, but for the M, for example, and here's me trying to move my hand so that you can actually see it. But I'm just going through the letters and like touching them up, and where the white has bled out, I just wanted to fix it. And then lastly, here is the final result. Here's the final t-shirt. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, give it a like, give it a comment, and subscribe. It helps the channel grow and it makes me happy. Have a good day. Bye.